A proposed Islamic center has city council approval in St. Anthony Village. Council members approving a permit for the Abu Huraira Islamic Center late last night. A spokesperson for the Minnesota chapter of CARE, that is the Council on American Islamic Relations, tells us it passed unanimously. Disputes over land use at the site have been going on there for years.
Agreement has been reached to help remedy race-related issues at Minneapolis South High School. Remember this, a lunchtime brawl at the school last Valentine's Day between Somali American and African American students?
At the height of the incident, we had between 200 and 300 students involved.
Punches, food, swearing, everything.
Well, paramedics took 4 people to the hospital. The Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CARE, asked the U.S. Department of Education to investigate allegations that African American and Somali American students were subjected to a hostile environment on the basis of race and national origin, and that the school failed to stop the harassment.
If it's not safe here, like, should I have homeschooled them? I don't get it.
Well, that is the exact concern the new resolution between CARE and Department of Education aims to solve. The agreement calls on the school district to promptly investigate all incidents of harassment, issue an anti-harassment statement, review and revise harassment and bullying policies, and provide staff and student training, conduct climate surveys, and establish anti-harassment advisory councils.
Vandalism in St. Paul now being investigated as a possible hate crime against Muslims.
Our Joe Augustine tells us St. Paul police are working with the FBI tonight. And Joe, this started with a 4-letter word directed at the Muslim community. And where does it go from here?
Well, an FBI spokesman told me today that they are in the early stages of looking into this. At this point, it's not clear what exactly will happen, but the message to Muslims in a St. Paul neighborhood is clear. Before a layer of snow turned these streets white, black graffiti gave this neighborhood a black eye.
It gives it a really bad image.
Behind this blur is a message for Muslims. The 4-letter foulness was painted just a few doors down from Becky Tallarico late last month.
I couldn't believe it. Something like that would happen around here.
Unfortunately, we see hate incidents on a regular basis.
Lori Soroya is the executive director of CARE Minnesota, an advocacy group for American Islamic Relations. She says someone who lives in this area, who is not Muslim, alerted police about the vandalism.
It was in motor oil, so the city actually had to come and spray paint over it.
Hiding the hatred isn't enough for Soroya. On Thursday, CARE Minnesota urged the FBI to investigate the incident as a hate crime. In 2012, the feds investigated 11 religious hate crimes in Minnesota.
We've seen incidents in Rochester, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Soroya says that number should be bigger.
A lot of the cases that we've had in the past, they were being investigated as just graffiti.
The graffiti here is gone. The problem is not. Now, the FBI describes a hate crime as an illegal act like vandalism with the added element of bias. So the important note here, hatred is not illegal. You're free to express it as you choose, as long as it's done lawfully.
Tonight, members of 2 St. Cloud mosques say that they are living in fear. Vandals have targeted the Central Minnesota Islamic Center 3 times.
It was ongoing for several weeks, and it is becoming scary to our community members.
First, it was these broken windows. Then, just yesterday, this window was found shot 10 times by what's believed to be a BB gun. People have also reported their car windows have been smashed at the mosque in St. Cloud. The Council on American Islamic Relations is calling on the FBI to investigate for possible hate crimes.
First ever event of the state capitol this afternoon. Organizers of the Jewish Muslim Youth Day want to teach kids that democracy is not a spectator sport. So these young people met face to face with legislators to push for things like strong anti-bullying laws and an end to racial profiling.
News.